Hey, Tony.
How you doing, Casper?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Good. I just watched the episodes of Salvage Marines, and I was on the edge of my seat. This is a pretty
Oh,
intense. It's a pretty intense series.
it is a pretty intense series. We had an intense time filming it too. It was a really tight schedule because we're not a big network or a big studio or anything like that. So we didn't have anybody behind us. Now we have Popcorn Flicks, which we're so grateful for, but we didn't have them at first. And now that we do, we if we go into next 6 episodes or the whole book series that there are, then we know we have a great entity behind us.
And was there a big audition process for this, or did they have you in mind from the start?
Yeah, the producer called me up from the start and said, Casper, I got this idea for a series. It's you in space. And then he called me and goes, hey, you know how I said that? And I go, yeah. He goes, because I said I was in. And then he goes, I found the book series, and it's written by Sean Michael Argo. And then the book was the books were written by Sean Michael Argo, and the script was written by Sean Michael Argo and Raphael Jordan, who I know because he used to come to a lot of Starship Troopers panels and stuff like that. He's a nerd like me, so he is just, I could tell that they were big Starship Troopers fans, and that was also, really exciting because I love that show, and I'm so grateful that I got to be a part of that one. So I'm thrilled that I get to now be don in a suit 25 years later, where people are like, "Wow, that looks like Rico," and I'm like,
well, it's Rico, times 3 because you're an oppressed person. I mean, you're basically a slave, and bringing a child into that world is not something you want to do as a character, as Samuel.
No, you were born with your life debt and your father's debt, his father's debt, and you hand it down to your kids, and they're just like, it's unsurmountable at that time. Only way to do it is to join the Salvage Marines, but there's an 80% mortality rate, so that's not so good. And then the 20% that less than 20% that survive, most of them get wounded and they have to have a new arm or new leg. So then they're in more debt. So it feels like what, and then we start seeing some things. My character starts questioning things. In Starship Troopers, my character was very much like, this is the way it is. That's what I'm going to do. Yes, mobile infantry is good for that's all I do. So I didn't question authority. I was younger. Now I think I'm older and smarter. And so I, even though I still dumb because I still signed up, but I had to, because there was extenuating circumstances. So it's a lot of fun to play off of all of that. I mean, there's so many levels. It wasn't just everybody had different levels in this, and so all the actors, it was fun working with them, because when I watched it, I really actually enjoyed it. I was like, wow. It's a great story, and it's a great relatability factor is unbelievable, with student debt and taxes and everything else that we've all our debts that we compounded on us, credit cards and everything. It's just, you can sort of see it.
And let's talk about your cast. Lenora Washington is amazing.
Oh, she's one of my wife's and our dear friends. She's really close to my wife. My wife goes, Lenora should play your wife, and I'm like, yeah, really? Oh, that'd be great. And then she called her up and she goes, hey, Lenora, you want to kiss my husband? And she goes, yep. So,
well, who doesn't want to kiss you?
Kiss this woman. I have to kiss this beautiful woman because my wife made me do it. And then Lenora was talking to me. She goes, what's so great, Casper, is I was a young Black woman watching Star Trek and seeing the first interracial kiss.
Sure. And
then now I get to do it. And I was like, oh, I mean, it was so beautiful. She goes, you don't know what a compliment that is for me in my career. And I was like, oh, that's just so beautiful. The same thing with Peter Shinkoda, what's amazing. When I was reading the script, I went, oh, we need him to, I saw him as the character, and I called up Sean. I'm like, what about Peter Shinkoda? He's like, Nobu? Oh my God. He goes, you think he'd do it? And I go, oh, call him up. Called him up. He read it. He goes, okay, Van Dien, I'll read it. And he goes, but I'm in. Because I love this, because he's obviously, Ben Takeda is Japanese, but that's the last name, but it's never talked about. So it doesn't matter what race, religion, sex, orientation, doesn't matter what you are. We're all born the same. We're all the same. We all have debt, and it's just whoever is next to you is the one that's the most, that's going to help save you. So it doesn't matter. So we're all one, which is so beautiful.
And you have Armand Asante in the cast.
Armand Asante is amazing. He rocks that role. He is so dang good. I mean, like, he plays it in a different way. It's really beautiful to see.
Well, I'm
So,
glad you're having fun with this, because it is just it's just a great little series. I think it's going to be discovered really quick by sci-fi fans. Are you doing the conventions? Are you promoting it at conventions?
we just got back from Comic-Con.
Yeah.
My wife plays Jada in it. So she's a badass in this, and she looks so good. But we just got back from San Diego Comic-Con, and they brought a whole bunch of us in there. They couldn't bring the whole cast because it's such a big cast with so many awesome people, but they brought in 7 of us. So 7 of us were at Comic-Con. We did a panel, we did press, we had so much fun. And we were a family beforehand. We were, like I said, I called up my friends, we called up other friends. My nephew plays young me. So when we're going to stream this on the 28th, we're going to all watch it at my house. We're going to do like a live stream on Instagram and Facebook, and we're going to have some of the cast over here. Some of them are going to do it in LA. I mean, we're all such a family. We're all like, so it's really exciting.
I'm glad. I want you to come out to Salt Lake City for the convention out here and promote. That might be fun.
I want to come out to the Salt Lake City convention too. I would love to do that. So I hope that they get my people, Heroes from Hire, for Erin. I hope they call her up, Erin Gregg, because she's, that's my con agent.
All right.
Erin Gregg, Buck Rogers.
I know Erin.
It's such a thrill for me because I am a fan of this genre. I love the original Star Trek. I love Doctor Who, Flash Gordon. I love, I'm just a nerd, sci-fi nerd, and to have, to have a show like this where you get to play like all those other shows, it's just surreal.
Casper, our time is all up. I got to say goodbye to you, but congratulations on such a fun show and just exciting, edge of your seat stuff. And hopefully I'll see you here in Salt Lake then.
I hope to be there too. Thank you.
You take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Thank you so much.